Dallas on the sweep. Brings it up.
Hey coaches, I hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are staying healthy. The last week or so, I've had several coaches reach out to me. Some of them were first-year head coaches. Some of them were it's their first year ever coaching youth football. So they reached out to me with any advice I was willing to share. So I figured, you know what, let me do a video. I think that's a great topic. And even if you're not a first-year head coach or a first-year coach, okay, there's still value here. So hang around. I promise you'll probably get something out of this. Okay, I've been a coach now, youth football coach for 15 years. I believe the last 11 I've been a head coach, at least 10 or 11 years. I think it's 11 years. So, I have a lot of experience. I made a lot of mistakes, do a lot of good things, do a lot of things well, a lot of trial and error. So I'm hoping this short presentation will help you avoid some of the mistakes I made when I first got started. So, we'll get started. For me, basically, especially for a first-time head coach, coaching comes down to literally three things: selecting right coaching staff, practice planning, and then handling parents. This is everyone's favorite topic, and we'll save that slide for last. Save the best for last. But it all starts here: selecting the right coaching staff. Surround yourself with good coaches, good people that are buying into the team. No one that's going to go behind your back and talk nonsense about you to the parents, to the coaches, to your players. Just surround yourself with good people, and most importantly, people that want to be there and that have energy and are committed. Obviously, you want coaches that know football, but you also want coaches, really, because you could really teach them, too. You could teach them what you do and then how to teach it and then let them do it. Biggest thing for me is you need commitment and you need a coach with a good attitude. So that's what I look for, more than anything. And then the second thing here, get your coaches on the same page. Okay, once you develop and create your coaching staff, get everyone going in the same direction. From a schematic standpoint, an offense, defense, special teams, to practice planning, to tackling, to every aspect of it, get everyone going in the same direction. Okay? Everyone needs to be in the same lane, going the same way, at the same speed. Okay, can't have coaches veering off doing their own thing. Accumulate your staff, get everyone on the same page. From every aspect, from practice planning to what's going to happen during games, all that stuff. Okay, and then here's a big one too. I'll have this highlighted. I'm going to underline it too. Okay, this is something the last couple of years I really focus on. Assign responsibility. Okay, when you bring in your coaches, you develop your staff. Okay, or even if you have a staff in place and you're not doing this, you should. Okay, assign responsibilities. Okay. Every coach on my staff, they coach a position on offense and they coach a position on defense, even if you're a coordinator. And even me as a head coach, I'm coaching a position. Okay, I'll bounce around to all the positions, but I'll definitely, I coach the offensive line and I coach our defensive line. Okay, so when we're in our individual period, position period, Indy, okay, if we're breaking in our O-line, I'll be with our O-line. And then if we're in defensive Indy, I'll be with our D-line. Okay, even though I'm a defensive coordinator and a head coach. Okay, so assign responsibilities, guys. Okay, and also too, if the offensive line coach is talking about what running backs should be doing or what they aren't doing or what they have to do, you have a problem. Your O-line coach needs to worry about the O-line. Your running back coach worry about the running backs and across the board. Okay, assign responsibilities and hold them accountable for that position they're coaching, and then make sure. If your offensive line coach and this applies to games as well. Okay, if your offensive line coach is telling you something the running backs aren't or shouldn't be doing, you have a problem. That means they're not watching their position. Okay, so assign responsibility and make them work on their position. Okay, I'm not saying you tell them to shut up or they won't have good feedback about something else. I'm not saying that, but really have them just locked into what they're coaching. Okay, the big picture in every position, that's the head coach's problem. Okay, and then also as a head coach, be the model. Okay, if you want to surround yourself with coaches that have energy, coaches that want to be there. As the head coach, you better have energy and want to be there. Okay, you better be the model of the stuff you're preaching to the parents, to your coaches, to your kids. So be the example as the head coach. Okay, and this probably should be right under assigned responsibilities, but. Once you assign your position coaches, let them coach. Let them take ownership of their position, take pride in it, It'll feel like, it gives them purpose. Like I'm the O-line coach. It gives them purpose. I'm not just here to hold a bag or it's not. Give them a position and let them coach it. Make sure they're going in the same direction as far as like schematics and technique standpoint. They can't do their own thing even though it's their position. Okay, they need to stay within the team identity on offense and defense and special teams. But let them run with it, man. That's their position. Let them coach it. Don't micromanage them. Practice planning. This is the biggest thing, okay? Script all your practices. Don't wing it. Okay, there's nothing worse than just showing up and winging it. Okay, script your practices. Have a plan. Make sure your coaches know the practice plan. And I really got these out of order. It should be right under here. You know what it is? I was just collecting my thoughts, writing them down, and then let's go. But be organized. Be efficient with practice time. Okay, in order to be organized, you have to script your practices. Okay, have a plan. Make sure all your coaches know. Make sure your assistant coaches know the practice plan and that they do their job. We only get so much practice time in a week, so it's very important that you maximize every minute of it. Don't waste a minute of practice. Okay? Coaches know the practice plan. Assistant coaches worry about coaching position, nothing else. I kind of said this twice, but it's very important. This applies to, if you're an individual offensive session, your running back coach is looking at the O-line, you have a problem. So make sure your assistant coaches are worrying about their responsibility. Nothing else really should matter. And this isn't so much, and real quick, I'm going to backtrack a little bit here. Be efficient with your practice time. I'll give you a little tip. Okay, if you're at practice early, set up the drills beforehand. Okay, if you're going in the offense and you say, okay, we're going to take the O-line to the sled, but the sled isn't set up, let's set up the sled should be set up before you even get into that. When the kids are having a water break, don't talk nonsense. Set up the next drill or communicate with each other and talk about, what we're doing next. Like have a plan. Set things up ahead of time. Okay? Don't just show up and say, okay, we're going to do tackling drill. The kids are done with their break. Oh, let's put the pads down now. That should be done before. Okay, and I know like not a lot of coaches are lucky and have a whole bunch of coaches that could do that, but try to set things up before you do them. Otherwise, just wasting time. And this isn't so much practice planning. I guess you could say practice planning / optimization, or this is more so like practice execution. Have energy, guys. Okay. Change things up and be consistent. Okay. The biggest thing, if you're in a lame environment, these kids are gonna get bored. If these kids are coming to a boring, repetitive environment, they're gonna lose interest, guys. So have energy. Energy is contagious. If you show up like you want to be there, even if you don't want to be there, act like you want to be there. Okay. I know we all got jobs. We all got a lot going on in life. Sometimes we don't want to go to practice or it's been a rough day. But always show enthusiasm and show like you want to be there, even if you don't. Okay. And change things up. This is probably the biggest mistake I make. That there's things you need to do every single practice from a schematic and technical standpoint, technique-wise. Okay, so you really want to hammer that home. But for me, I don't think I still, even to this day, and I have my assistant coaches really get after me about this if they feel like I'm being repetitive. But I kind of do the same drills over and over. I need to do a better job of changing things up because, again, I have a ton of energy. No one really matches my energy, okay? And it rubs off on everyone. I'll be consistent with my energy and enthusiasm. That I can promise you. But I get repetitive. I'm doing the same drills, which are important and need to be done every single day. But you could do little changes to change it up, make it more competitive, or add a different element, or change something up. Even the littlest change can make a big difference. And change things up, man. Have fun at practice and change things up. And then be consistent too. Okay, if your idea is, let's have energy, let's be fast paced, let's do all this and that, make sure you're consistently doing that. Be consistent. Okay? Practice what you preach. All right. Let's get to the nasty slide here. Handling parents. Recently on our Facebook page, I don't know how long ago it was. I would say maybe a week ago. I'll take a sip of water before we get into this. All right. We did a poll. We asked coaches what the most challenging aspect of coaching youth football is. I believe we had like almost 150 comments. And I would say 75 to 80% of them were saying the parents. Dealing with parents are the most difficult aspect of coaching, which I agree. That sometimes parents make it very difficult. But as far as handling parents, okay, set the tone and make sure your team rules and goals are clearly defined. Set the tone from day one, man. To the parents, to your assistant coaches, to your players. Set the tone from week one. Whatever your rules are, make sure you're holding people accountable from day one. Set the tone and be consistent. Okay, what I like to do is we'll create a letter to the parents, include all teams' rules, safety protocols, and head coach contact info. This is a letter I type up in Word, and I just print them and I give them to all my parents. Okay, and then I do that after the first day, and then if there's any new players that come, I'll give them, a letter for their parents after their first day. Have a parents meeting the first week. Okay, we have a parents meeting basically. If we're practicing on this part of the field, we'll bring at the end of the first week of practice. Okay, the last practice of the week. At the end of that practice, which usually be a Friday for us, I'll have a parents meeting. I'll bring everyone over and I'll talk to them. It's basically telling them the same thing that's on the letters. I just it just allows me to connect with them, take any questions, and really just hammer home team rules and stuff and what we expect. Okay, and get in any preseason work you can. Okay, I mean some leagues have been started, some are getting started, some were postponed due to COVID. But if you're postponed, if any way you could get some preseason working, the better. The more preseason work in you could get, the better. Okay, you want to start building the relationships not just with your players, but with the parents. Let the parents see how great of a coach you are, how into it you are, and then you could start connecting and really develop, a line of communication and trust, because trust and confidence takes time to develop for parents. So, start building those blocks as soon as you can. Okay, so get in any preseason work can. Contact the players, okay, when you get their rosters, introduce yourself to the parents, have a quick chat with the parents as well. And another thing I forgot to say, when we have our team meetings after the first week of practice, the last day of the first week, okay, keep it short. I'm not going to lecture them for an hour. I'm going to be really going to hammer home the important, what we expect, and that's it. But contact parents when you get a roster. Another thing too, be honest. I'll always be honest with the parents, okay? You'll always have parents that'll complain about their kids' playing time, or they fear their kids getting gypped in some way or another. Sometimes they're right, but most of the time they're not. But just be honest. Like recently, what was it, last year, I had a parent come up to me and said, how come my kid only played his 10th plays? He usually plays much more. And this kid was a decent player. He wasn't a starter for us, but he was like the next go-to backup on the line. He could play guard and tackle for us. So he was a versatile kid for us. Very important piece of our team. But he only came to one practice. So the kid that took his plays during the game came to all three and missed one practice the whole year. This kid was coming, for a 2-week span, he was coming to 1, maybe 2 practices a week. So the parent came up and, why did my kid's playing time go down? Oh, I'm not going to play your son who comes to 1 practice a week more than the kid that comes 3 days a week, right? I mean, listen, we all want to win. Okay, we're not doing anything to lose, especially me. I don't do anything to lose. Okay, I'm trying to win every practice, every minute, every game. Okay, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to sacrifice. I'm going to stand to my values. If a kid's committed and works hard, he will play. And I'm always going to do the right thing. Okay? And you ask my coaches, they'll vouch for me on that. But, I always do the right thing. But, like if you have a kid that comes to 1 practice and then, during the season we have 3 days a week practice. He comes 1 day a week, this kid comes 3, and they're going to complain why this kid's playing more than my son. Well, if your son came to practice every day, had a good attitude, or if he can't make it, you at least let me know. Don't just, leave me hanging. That's the thing too, and this video is going to carry on because now I'm getting fired up. But, if you can't make practice, I don't know if this bothers you guys, but this drives me up the freaking wall. If you can't make practice, shoot me a text, email me, call me, let me know. I can't stand when they don't just show up. let me know. Things happen. Life happens. We all work. We all got kids. We're all doing things. Stuff happens. Sometimes you can't make practice. But it takes 2 minutes, not even. It takes 8 seconds to say, hey, we can't make practice, stuck at work, or we're going to be late. Let the coach know. And that's really what I hammer home, and parents still don't care. That's what annoys me. There's my little rant in this video. But, again, guys, I'm going to stop blabbling on here. Just be honest with them, okay? And then, reward hard work and commitment. The kid's working hard. He's committed. Show the appreciation. Give him extra playing time whenever you can. Make him know that his hard work and commitment isn't missed, okay? We appreciate it, okay? And then at the end of the day, the parent and the other parents will recognize that and appreciate that. And here's a big one too, guys. Be confident. Don't let parents dictate your practices, games, and our mood. Okay, 24-hour rule, we all know that. And you will never please anyone. 24-hour rule, okay? Let's get into this first. Be confident. Guys, you're the coach. They're just a parent. Be confident in what you're doing. Be confident in yourself. Be confident in your ability to coach, okay? And don't let them dictate anything. Don't let them dictate your practices, game, and our mood, okay? And then dictating mood will come to the 24-hour rule. Okay, if a parent has a complaint, they're going to wait at least 24 hours before they get a response from me. I'll just say literally, hey, we'll talk about it after the first day of practice. Okay, it doesn't matter if we win, because sometimes your team could play the best game, but the parent will be pissed if their kid didn't play enough or didn't, you'll never please them all the time. At the end of the day, they're going to care about, not all parents, I'm not going to put everyone under that umbrella, just most of them. I'm sure you coaches will agree. That, if they feel their kid's getting gypped in any way, they don't care about the team win. Okay, so whether we win or lose, I don't handle parent complaints until either before practice on Tuesday. Okay, most of our games are Sunday. We'll have Monday off and we'll practice Tuesday. So either before or after practice or even during, I'll make a little bit of time I could talk to them because I have a good staff. I can trust them. I let them do their thing. But I won't talk to them and I won't let them ruin or dictate my mood after any game, whether I'm mad about losing, which I'm not a good loser. I might get upset. So it's like, last thing I'm going to do is have some parents complain to me about their kid. And then even if we win, I'm not going to let them ruin my energy, my happiness, and my excitement for my players, my coaches, and my parents because they feel their kid got gypped in some way. So I don't talk to anyone as far as like complaints about playing time to parents at least 24 hours after a game, win, lose, or draw. And you will never please everyone. So, guys, these are the 3 things here, okay? I didn't talk much about implementing and coaching up schematics as far as your offense, defense, special teams goes. That could be a whole nother video we could do on practice install and coaching your system during the practice week. But this is just a general overview. Okay, I hope you guys got something from this. And if you have any comments or anything you'd like to add, or if you even want this presentation, I don't know how many of you care to have this, but if you want this, I could easily send this to you. Just shoot me an email at youthfootballonline@gmail.com. So again, I hope you guys got something from this, and take care. See you soon.